Good night, brothers and sisters, or should I say comrades? Is that permissible? Good night, comrades. My name is Jocelyn Williams, and I am a democratic socialist. Woo! Others may also say, I am the prodigal who's coming back home. Was lost and is found, was dead and is alive. And as president of the Metropolitan Washington Council of the AFL-CIO, I want to welcome each and every one of you to America's last colony. I'm happy that you are here, because you're here in the nation's capital, but it is also the place where its residents do not have the same rights and privileges that other Americans have, or really are fighting to keep. We are fighting to get it. And we hope that in the principle and in the long tradition of a democratic socialist of America, that voting rights for the District of Columbia will continue to be one of the principles that the democratic socialists of America will continue to fight. Now, I understand that we also have not just socialists, but really that we have in our midst an arch capitalist here tonight recording what we are saying. So to Brother Kincaid, I want to say to you, welcome. You're in the right place. Because our mission is to bring repentance to capitalists. And just as Christ came not for those who were saved, but really to save those who were lost. We are happy that you can be here, so that you can really learn something about what it is to be a true patriot and American. And you are seeing it right here. Right here. Right here. So welcome to you, and welcome to everyone. And it is really, really, for me, an uplifting experience to be here tonight. I keep telling all my colleagues here in Washington that I really was lost, because I started way back when the organization was called Democratic Socialists of America. These are Democratic Socialists Organizing Committee, DSA. And one of the people who was responsible for bringing me into this organization is here tonight. I mean, she just gets better and better with age. And that's Ruth Jordan. And I want to recognize Ruth Jordan. Right here. So, I mean, this organization has been around for so long, but you have been working and toiling, editorialize that Medicaid, Medicare, food stamps, and expanded social security benefits were traceable to Michael Harrington's ideas. Michael Harrington was the preeminent spokesperson for democratic socialism in America. Let me repeat that. Michael Harrington is the preeminent spokesman for democratic socialism in America. Now, quiz. Who was Michael Harrington? A capitalist? One of the founders of the Democratic Socialists of America, and a man that I consider, if we have a patron saint, it is Michael Harrington, because he is the person who got us started. He is the person who laid down the markers, laid down the philosophy, and that philosophy is what guides us today and has guided us since the 1960s. So for those who in the 21st century have found religion and have found the religion, they may not call it democratic socialism, but the very principles that people are advocating today, that the Occupy Wall Street, that the Occupy America movement is advocating, are the principles that this organization, that this institution has been fighting for and has been espousing since its very foundation. And I think that I personally am proud to be a part of this institution and this movement. And everyone in here needs to be proud, and you need to tell everyone, when they talk about what America is doing or ought to be doing, you just ought to remind them, America is just now catching up with the Democratic Socialists of America. So, brothers and sisters, as one of the old, aging members of this organization, I am proud to be here tonight to welcome you to the nation's capital. Look across and see the faces of the original generation and a new generation that's coming together to really be the voice and the conscience of America. And I think that I am proud to have you here. You ought to be proud to be here. And you ought to be proud of the fact that if anyone or any organization is truly going to turn America around, it will be the members and it will be the fighters of the Democratic Socialists of America. I'm proud to be here. I'm proud to have you here. Thank you very much.
It's a new moment for us. We need to put out a real vision for what our economy is, what we want our economy to be. But now more than ever, I want to go back to this notion that we need to be audacious in our demands. We cannot fight in silos anymore. We very easily, as Jobs and Justice, could have come to the issue of long-term care and said, well, we will just work with the unions and domestic workers and fight for workers' rights in the direct care industry. But instead we said, no, we need to actually transform the industry. We need to bring seniors into the conversation, people with disabilities, and we need to really capture the imagination of millions, to be a part of creating the society that we want. So I want to leave us by saying we really need transformative demands now that more than ever. And I think that Democratic Socialists of America, you all have a vision. You know what we need, and we need your leadership, your thinking, your inspiration to help us, in fact, develop those kinds of transformative demands. We need demands that are going to expand the realm of possibility. That's what we need right now. You see, as movements, as we get weaker or smaller, we tend to narrow our demands because we want to be winnable, right? But now more than ever, we need to expand the realm of possibility. So how do we be audacious in our demands? The Occupy movement is amazing for lots of reasons, lots of lessons we're learning from the Occupy movement. But what's amazing is their ability to center the issues of inequality back into the public debate and narrative, right? And I think it's on us as a progressive movement. It's on us as DSA. It's on us as Jobs and Justice. It's on us as the unions. It's on us, all of us, to think about this frame of 99% and the 1%. I was with Walmart Associates. I neglected to say that Walmart Associates are organizing, and it's amazing. They've created their own organization called Our Walmart, Organization United for Respect at Walmart. Thousands and thousands of Walmart Associates are organizing into a worker association. And I was with them. No, it's terrific. They're taking huge risks to fight for better wages and benefits, and much more. But I was with them in Bentonville. We went to Walmart headquarters, which, by the way, if you haven't been to Bentonville, it's jaw-dropping to see Walmart headquarters. But we walked, we marched, we went, we wanted to meet and lay out, the workers wanted to lay out their principles. And of what, really what their demands are as associates. And what was amazing is, of course, there's police presence. They wouldn't let us through. They only wanted to have, one worker at a time speak or come in, and it was just, so we did our thing. And then at one point, very organically, a number of the workers began to chant, "We are the 99%. We are the 99%. We are, in fact, the 99%. You see, we need more of that. We need more of helping people take a stand, talk about the 99% versus the 1%, and we need to name the 1%. We need to name the Waltons, for example, which is like the 0.00001%, right? There are a lot of bad actors here, and we need to be really, if there's anything I'm learning from the Occupy movement, is the opportunity to really talk about who corporate America is right now and what their agenda is in relationship to people. We need to be coming together, we need to build new alliances, we need to imagine new actions, tactics, energy to really bring folks together and, in fact, keep the energy of the Occupy movement and the imaginations of the public centered around inequality and what we're going to do about it. I'm excited for what's to come. I think there's so much that's going to happen. 2012 is such an important year with the elections, but it's also an important opportunity for us to center our values, the issues we care deeply about, in the center of the public debate, the electoral debates. And I look forward as Jobs and Justice to stand with DSA, to stand with all of you, to continue to build the movement that we need to ensure that, in fact, we have a just society, that we have the economy that we need, and that, in fact, people are prioritized over profits. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria, for your very kind introduction and for the invitation to be here with you tonight. Good evening, DSA.
Good evening.
God, I don't think they gave you guys enough to eat for dinner. Let's see if we can do better. Good evening, DSA.
Good evening.
There you go. Well, first of all, let me say thank you thank you for inviting me to be here tonight with you. It is a tremendous honor to join you for a discussion about how we fight for economic justice and for good jobs for everyone in this country. I am proud to be associated with you because it is progressives like you who are in the front lines of battle today. But you lead not just for you. You lead for all working families. You lead for your neighbors and for your communities. Now more than ever, we need your leadership because this is a tremendously difficult time for all working people in America.
And I want to tell you, brothers and sisters, this is the truth. I do not tell you what your politics ought to be. You can be conservative or liberal, Democrat or Republican, socialist or libertarian. Follow the view that satisfies you. But understand this. Understand this. If you do choose to stand up for social democracy, for the vision of a just America that was outlined by Tom Paine in his pamphlet, Agrarian Justice, for the vision of a just America that was outlined by Horace Greeley on the front pages of the great Republican newspaper, the New York Tribune. For the Republicans who organized that party. Remember that when the Republican Party was organized in Ripon, Wisconsin, the people who lived in Ripon were members of a socialist phalanx who followed Fourier. And they organized the Republican Party to be a radical alternative to the compromises of Democrats. If you choose to advance the very American idea, the distinctly American idea of Eugene Victor Debs and Victor Berger and Norman Thomas and Michael Harrington, that this country has enough wealth so that all people can live in prosperity and dignity. If you should choose to advance that idea, you will be told that it is impossible. You will be told that among the many things that can never happen, Mississippi can never vote for women's rights. Arizona will never vote for immigrant rights. Ohio will never reverse an anti-labor law. On that list of many things you will be told that are impossible, they will tell you it is impossible to advance the cause of a just and dignified America. And I just want you to remember this. Just remember this. They told Wisconsin that the struggle was over. But on that frigid, cold day in March of 2011, 180,000 people came out to say, this struggle isn't over until we win this struggle.
We have become so inured to the rule of the markets, even we on the left, that we just don't think this way. We just don't think this way about what is happening to democratic countries. We understand the kind of imperialism Skip talked about in Vietnam, but we need to see all of this as an ongoing conflict between markets and the rest of us, between the 1% and the 90%. And we know not only which side we're on, but have this expanded context, which is going to help us figure out what to do about it. Thank you.
Better the occasional faults of a government that lives in a spirit of charity than the consistent omission of a government frozen in the eyes of its own indifference. The American citizen could appeal only to the organized power of government, and the American people have a rendezvous with destiny. And I believe, comrades, that this is a defining moment, and you and I and the rest of Americans and the rest of the world do in fact have a rendezvous with destiny. Thank you so much.